Mistakes oftentimes don't make their way to social media.
Just because we weren't posting about them didn't mean they didn't occur.
Running a business and being a freelance filmmaker certainly aren't the same thing.
You don't become successful without making mistakes.
In this video, save yourself a full year of mistakes and watch this before starting your video production company. What's up, guys? It's Kyle.
And Anastas.
Here with Subtle Cinematics, and today we are going to save you a full year of mistakes when starting your video production company. Mistake number 1, quantity over quality. From the beginning, we made the decision to choose quantity over quality, and it hurt our profit margins in year 1. We chose to do this because I felt having the continuous income would make managing the cash flow of our business easier on a month-to-month basis. What I didn't realize is that that decision was actually eating away at our profit margins, and this caused the quality of our work to fluctuate on a client-to-client basis. It took us 10 months to realize that all of our clients weren't receiving the same quality of work from us. We constantly focused on turning projects around as quick as possible. Quantity over quality was a competitive advantage for us, being the new company in town, but it wasn't sustainable as we started to grow our business. It allowed us to work with more companies and start to establish word-of-mouth marketing in our city. However, as our business grew, so did the overhead expenses we incurred. This business model became difficult to maintain profitability, not to mention the product quality we were putting out was so vastly different that depending on who you talk to, they would have a different opinion about us and our work. Once we started putting more emphasis on the quality of our productions, it allowed us to begin charging more and more per project. After realizing this and reviewing our monthly finances, I quickly became aware of the fact that this is how we can successfully scale our video production company. The focus on quality has increased our profit margins substantially. Moral of the story is, don't put too much weight on taking on as much work as humanly possible, because you will eventually hit a tipping point where you can't continue to grow your business. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. We create a wide variety of tutorials on filmmaking, the business of filmmaking. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're getting value from this video. You know what? Take it one step further. Smash that like button for us because it does help us grow our community and get in front of more people like yourself so we can help filmmakers go full time.
Mistake 2, not clearly defining roles within our video production company. During the first 3 months of us starting the company, Kyle was also out filming videos for clients. Once month 3 or 4 hit, Kyle told me that it would be best for the business if he were to focus on business development, client relations, and accounting and finance. This was something we realized early throughout the beginning stages of starting the business, and because we now have clearly defined roles and responsibilities, by staying in our own lanes, the company runs much more smoothly. In order to avoid this with your company, it's important to communicate with your partners and employees to determine where everyone's strengths and weaknesses lie. With our company, I myself shouldn't be managing the finances when my business partner has a finance degree and I don't. By having these conversations early on, you will save yourself a lot of wasted time and money.
This is a big one. I cannot emphasize this enough. When Steenie and myself first started our video production company, Steenie was not a very organized person at all. You cannot run a successful business year after year if you don't put organization on top of the priority list. Please, please just trust me. First up, gear. When we first started, Steenie would come back to the office after a shoot and he would just put the camera bag down on the ground, and it would actually sit there until hours before the next shoot, where he would then scramble to get everything in order for the shoot coming up. After months of me harping on him about this, he began to change his ways. We now have standard operating procedures around gear. Whenever anyone on our team finishes up a shoot, they take all of the camera gear used for that shoot and then put it in its assigned spot on the shelf. The batteries get put on the chargers so that they're ready to roll for the next shoot. There's nothing worse than not having the appropriate gear for the shoot because of misplaced gear or dead batteries from a previous shoot day. Steenie was the king of showing up for a shoot and realizing he forgot some of the gear back at the office. I would have to drop what I'm doing, get in my car, and rip over to the shoot to bring the piece of gear that he left behind. This can easily be avoided by creating a checklist to review before every shoot so that you don't show up without the proper gear for that shoot. Proper organization with your camera gear will save you a lot of headaches and wasted time. Trust me. Next up, office and desk clutter. This was another area that Anastas didn't take seriously when we first started our video production company. I mentioned how he would leave his gear all over the place. Well, it didn't just stop there.
Man, I can't catch a break out here, I swear.
As human beings, we are a product of our environment. Your productivity as a business owner is significantly affected by your work environment. This is something that you need to pay attention to, or it will ruin your company in the long run.
Once I started to take organization more seriously around the office, I started to save a ton of time before we would head out for a video shoot because everything would already be charged up, packed away neatly, and just ready to roll. There were so many little things wrong within my organization skills that when I did fix them, I now can't sit down for a long editing session without having my desk completely cleared off with minimal clutter. I feel that during my year of freelancing, when I started to travel almost every weekend or sometimes even multiple times throughout a week, I picked up these terrible habits as most of the travel filming was music video shooting, and I'd always be working long hours, rarely staying at my Airbnb unless it was to sleep and at the end of my music video filming for the day when working out of town. I would be so exhausted from filming that I would toss my gear wherever and just go straight to bed. Another big mistake was not having proper file management. We literally had 1 to 4 terabyte hard drives scattered around everywhere that we would dump footage onto, and it became a nightmare whenever we had to find old footage. We invested in a 20 terabyte Western Digital storage drive, which has been a huge time saver. I also make sure that the files within the storage drive are perfectly organized for ease of finding old footage or simply using it to back up all of our raw files.
Next up, not using a task management software. This was something that honestly I wish I would have implemented from day one. It makes managing our team and running a business a lot more seamless. Early on, I would keep separate to-do lists for everyone, but it became difficult to manage as the business started to grow. We currently use Monday.com for our video production business. This software allows for me to delegate day-to-day tasks as well as weekly tasks for each team member. Save yourself a lot of time and invest in a task management software from day one. Lastly, not calendar blocking. When we started our video production company, I was really the only one who was utilizing Google Calendar as well as calendar blocking to its fullest. While the rest of our team has started to implement daily calendar blocking for some tasks, it's something that we continue to struggle with on a consistency basis. By actively blocking out timeframes within your day for specific tasks, this allows you to become more productive. As a business owner, you don't have a boss telling you, do this, do that. This is why calendar blocking is crucial for your success. You need to set daily achievable goals, which in turn will lead to long-term productivity. If you have never calendar blocked before, let me know down below in the comments, and it could be something that I could make a separate video specifically on how to do this and how to implement it into your day-to-day lives to increase productivity.
Mistake 4, not maximizing our content. Because we were so busy with day-to-day hustle and bustle of the company, we didn't take the time to research and try out new social media platforms other than hard posting onto Instagram. Not adopting new platforms from the start, such as Instagram Reels and TikTok, was something we eventually realized was something we need to put more effort towards. Our initial goal was to run a video production company, but also build a community of filmmakers on our social platforms. Instagram Reels and TikTok are direct competitors right now, which means they're shoveling organic reach to creators who are active on these platforms. Actively posting Instagram Reels and TikTok content ultimately helps put more eyes on our company and brand. Consistency was another thing that suffered when we would get busy with day-to-day stuff at the company, and sometimes we would completely forget to post on our Instagram. No stories, posts, nothing. We now post 1 to 2 times per day and make sure to have stories posted daily. This not only grows our following, but also leaves more room for engaging with our audience over DMs, which helps build our community.
Mistake 5, unmatched work hours. Again, when we first started our video production company, Steenie was showing up at the office at 10:30, 11 a.m., and I was showing up around 7 or 8 a.m. This actually limited the amount of time that both of us had together in the same workspace, which resulted in communication issues about projects, client deliverables, etc. Steenie would stay at the office until late at night every night because he was so used to being a night owl as a freelance filmmaker. But this actually made running our business a lot more difficult. Eventually, I was able to help him transition his life to be more early morning focused. And once this happened, our business started to see serious improvements and overall growth.
It was really weird because when I was stuck in my night owl ways and wouldn't roll into the office until like 11 a.m., I didn't really see that as something that could have a negative impact towards the business whatsoever. Switching over to a 5:30 or 6 a.m. wake up and being more of an early riser has been by far the best step towards me being a more structured creative, and now I realize why the most successful people in the world preach that waking up early is a key stepping stone towards becoming successful. So that's it for today's video, everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. Before we let you go, be sure to follow us on Instagram where we post tons of bite-sized educational filmmaking content to help you level up as a creative.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more filmmaking tutorials, business tips, vlogs, and so much more. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.